rumor has it that sometimes the network will have a
For
team
sure,
of trolls.
I believe that. For
Yeah.
sure.
To like trigger things online.
Yep, to start things up on social media.
As a watcher, like what's real and what's not real? Like, do they make y'all like, okay, go together? Like y'all aren't even friends. Like, go sit together and like make content. Like,
Do you feel like it's a competition between everybody? Like everybody wants to be there. I want to stand out more than you because I want to be the star.
You can do what you want.
Hey, I'm going to the movies. Like, have a break. Go work in the office. Be like, hey, I'm going to the movies. Fuck, no, you're not. Get back to work. So that's why.
So once you get to a point where you're just like, okay, the things aren't adding up. The math isn't
Been
mathing.
seeing this for 5 years. I didn't see any progress. What's actually
more than
going on.
five. It's like,
It is. No, I love
I do
it.
have a question regarding that. Like, and I don't know if it's controversial or not, but it's because you're single, you get to make all these decisions and be like, you can kind of do whatever you want, basically. But how would that, if I'm someone that had that same thought, like, for me, I also have a partner. How would that affect my partner? I'm speaking in general. Like,
Oh, yeah.
She's gonna be like, what the fuck you trying to say?
Right.
I'm like, yo, it's not about you. I'm
Yes.
good.
out of all the girls, did you establish a friendship eventually with anybody, or was it really like, nah, fuck all these hoes?
And I said, I really like this girl, Candace. I said, but she keep talking with her hands.
Yeah.
And she might hit me.
I remember
I might
that.
have to hit it back. I literally said
You
that.
said
You're only talking like this because there's an
camera
audience
rolling.
and there's cameras
And
rolling.
security to hold you back if anything happens.
Exactly, or so you think. The security was there, but they didn't get there
They're
fast
like-
enough. Yeah, she was just like, look, at the end of the day, when you get married, however that person is, they're going to stay that way 9 times out of 10. Or they get worse. So whoever you're marrying, make sure that's who you want to marry. Not what they could be, not who they were in the past, who
That's
they
a
are
good
right
advice.
now.
That's
Hey, yo, what's up?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Guys, welcome back to the ABC Island's favorite podcast, No Filter in Paradise, a show about anything and everything between two friends. One is super mega married, fuck.
Oh my God.
Married and straight. I know, I'm sorry. When I go to the gym, I take it
That's
off.
disrespectful.
I hear that so many times.
That's some bullshit, but okay. Super mega straight and married, but the ring's not there. I'll have it somewhere. And the other.
It's extremely super duper black and gay babies.
You're
Don't even
black?
play with it. I am, surprisingly.
I think it was just a shadow.
Magique. Turn off the lights and you'll see if you still see me.
Really? Maybe a smile, maybe.
Colgate baby. Don't play with it.
Guys, today's episode, we're going to be completely honest. 48 hours ago, I didn't know this woman existed. And then Shark is like, yo, I don't care what you have to do. We're making space on Sunday.
Yes,
I'm like,
sir.
bro, my schedule is full. But we're going to make space. So usually I do introductions. I'm going to hand it over to Shark. Shark, it's all yours. Introduce our guest.
Okay, guys, so listen. Shout out to everybody that knows me and they know how much I love a good Housewives. And
A lot. We're going
all
trips.
these
He's like in the room, like we have to go record. I need to finish this episode first.
Yeah, no,
I'm
for
like,
sure. I am religious, okay? So shout out to my good sis Ginger that actually made this possible as well. But we are going to get into it with one of the most iconic housewives to ever do it. I'm sorry. Y'all know she is melanated. She is gorgeous. And
thank you.
I recently found out she is also very much local. She's Aruban, okay?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I also learned that.
We got my girl, Miss Monique, is in the building.
How you doing?
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling really good, but I'm looking at my nails and I'm looking at yours. I'm like, oh my goodness, the beach has done me so wrong.
It's okay,
But it's
baby.
done me so right too.
Listen,
I'm like,
but
I had to get the melanin
you need
hydrated
it,
again.
you need it, you need
yes,
it, you need
yes,
it.
I love Aruba.
Your skin is flawless.
Thank you. I have a skincare line. Yes, Mila Essentials, a flawless
I
collection.
saw it.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
shameless
we're going
plug.
to get into that as well. Because
I do want to give a quick disclaimer.
Go into it.
Guys, this episode is mostly going to be these two talking for the majority of the time. I just want you to know because I'll be just like, you know how Shark has reactions? That's me today. Like, no way. Stay whole day. Fuck.
I feel like it, but I also know how you are. You're going to be very much involved.
I might be.
You
I'm
are.
I actually have no... Guys, legit, I have
That's
no
good.
fucking idea
Oh, this is gonna
where
be
this
fun.
conversation. I don't know where this is gonna go.
This
It's gonna
is a no filter episode, though.
Super like wing it, like fuck it, let's go. So
Yes.
For sure.
let's keep moving. Let's keep
So,
pushing.
like, please, for Samil and some of our other followers, please give us
Yes.
a little breakdown of who you are, okay?
Yes. So yes, first and foremost, I am a divine goddess.
Let's go,
That's number
amen.
one. But yeah, I'm a mother of 3. I have 3 children, Christopher, Milani, and Chase, and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a multimedia personality. I started off on The Real Housewives of Potomac when I was an actual housewife. I was married for 11 years.
Clock that TV.
Yeah, so yeah, I started out on Real Housewives of Potomac, and then I ended up starting in my own sort of show, Love and Marriage DC,
Saw that
which
too.
flopped. I stayed for one season until they did The Bull, and then I left. But yeah, went into radio, and now I'm back to just being a full-time mom and entrepreneur. I have a business that sells essential oils and skincare products and other self-care products. It's called Mila Eve Essentials. And yeah, I left radio, which I did for 2.5 years, so that I could do that full-time. And then I'm a homeschool teacher, so my children are all homeschool, and I needed more time. So yeah, and I like to travel. I love to be in the air more
I'm
than
not
I'm on
mad
the
at that.
ground.
You've been here like 20 times. That's what I heard earlier.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. I've literally lost count because I started coming to Aruba with my ex in 2008. And I mean, we were coming when there was one way in and one way out of the city. There was no highway. The Ritz-Carlton didn't even exist yet. So yeah, I've been coming for a very long time. Sometimes we came 2 or 3 times a year. We love Aruba. It's always
What's
like it's
not to
literally
love, though?
yeah.
You know, when I asked her when we were coming here, I was like, wait, so it's your first time? Like, no, it's my 20th time. Like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
Yes.
Because I was
Easy.
ready to ask you questions about Aruba. Like, how was your first time? That just fucking talk that script out.
He was like,
'Cause
the only thing I can finally prepare for
It's
is
Aruba.
over.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy. I've literally transformed on this island. Like I love it so much. Anybody that knows me knows.
Yeah.
Oh, Aruba, that's her spot.
Yeah.
So I tell people all the time if they're like, where should I go? Aruba.
Why? Why do you come here for
safe,
so? Yeah.
It's sunny. The beach is amazing. Like even when it rains, it's still incredible. Like
Yeah.
the people are good. The food is amazing. Like I've made friends here, so I love coming here. It feels like home. It
Yeah,
really
you
does.
just made some new friends as well.
Yes, I have new friends
Let's
now, and
go.
I'm good at staying in touch. Like I stay connected with
Perfect.
people.
Trust.
So
Especially
yeah.
now that our birthdays are so close. Like, if I
I
know,
know.
like, hey, yo, girl, you coming down? Like, yeah, all right,
Yep.
cool.
As soon
Yo,
as-
guy, let's go.
As soon as you said he does it all, I was like, oh, in my head, I'm like, he's a Libra. I'm like, what's your sign?
No, because
that's me.
he does everything. I just show up and I'm like, all right, let's get this shit started.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
let's go.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
That's the dream. I wish I could do that. I'm working on that.
It's hard. It's hard. Plus balancing this, plus managing the studio, plus building a house, plus doing this, plus
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I tell myself like, you can either be doing this or you can go clocking for someone else. Which
Exactly.
One? So I'm like, shut the fuck up and get to work.
Look, it's the freedom for me.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main reason why I keep doing this. If I'm sitting in the office in the back editing, I'm like, fuck this. I'm gonna take a 2-hour break. Like,
You can do what you want.
hey, I'm going to the movies. Like, have a break. Go
Yes.
work in the office. Be like, hey, I'm going to the movies. Fuck, no, you're not. Get back to work. So that's why, like, I don't mind like the hustle and working hard a lot because
Yeah.
I know at the end of the day it will pay off.
Yeah, you know, it's so funny. So like I said, I was in radio for 2.5 years, and that was my first time outside of like, I mean, when you do reality TV, it's not a clock in, clock out situation. It's like, a few months of filming, and then you have press, but it's a lot of, you have more leniency with your schedule than you
Yeah.
do when you're working like, so I was working in radio. I was on the morning show in DC, the Good Morning Show on WPGC 95.5. I was, I had to be there at 5:30 in the morning, and then
Damn.
I clocked
when I
out
get
at,
home.
9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm out, and I'll tell you what really hit me in the gut is when I was on vacation. I took the kids to Belize a few months ago, and when I came on my way back, I hit up my boss, and I was like, "Can I have another week? Because this was their vacation.
Yeah.
Now I need to like have my
Yeah.
own vacation." And she's like, "Oh, we really need you next week." And I was just like, "Did I just get told no?" Like
Grown
what?
woman, what?
I'm like, how old am I? And I'm asking for permission. And that's when it really hit me. I already was like, I need to make a move just because the timing. I was exhausting myself. I have 3 kids, and my ex-husband and I co-parent, so I have them every other week. The week that I have them, I'm full mommy mode. I don't have no babysitters, no nannies. It's just me and the
Yeah.
kids. And then when I don't have them, I'm recovering from the week before.
Yeah.
So it was too much. But that right there was the tip of the iceberg. I was like, hold on now. Like I like freedom. You know,
Yeah.
people think money's the goal. No, freedom's
It's
the
not.
goal.
Agreed.
Yes, freedom's the goal.
And you know what? It's like once you get a taste of it, you can't really go back.
No.
And once you,
You
also
can't.
discover like peace of mind, I feel like
yeah.
it's
Yes.
something that you can't put a price on it. So you'll do like, oh no, fuck no. I'll do everything to protect this shit
You
Exactly.
know what? It's also like it could also backfire in a way because that's also something I'm going through right now.
Yeah.
now. In what sense?
What?
In what sense?
In terms of like, yes, you have the freedom, but once you go this route, you can't really turn it off.
No.
So I go to bed, I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't post. Oh god damn it, I didn't edit that part.
But your
Okay,
problem is scheduling. That's your thing.
Yeah, you
Because
got
if you
to. As
get
a Libra,
organized, then
yeah.
you'll see
It's a
you'll be
Libra
able
thing.
to rest.
It is. As a Libra, I was that way. And I end up
Please, at
depleting
least
myself.
somebody could make this go through.
Yeah.
Tori is gonna
Bro.
thank you.
Yeah.
I'm at
No.
2 a.m. It's like, come to bed. I'm like, no, I gotta finish this tomorrow.
No, yeah, you gotta. I had to establish office hours for myself. So I had a
you.
free day. So every
I
Monday.
just built this new office. in the back,
Balance.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
getting there. I'm
No,
getting
it's really
there.
important, especially for Libras, because we are the
Yeah.
scales. So
Yeah.
it can take us to a point of exhaustion. And once we get there, there's no turning back. And that was me. So take it from me. I created office hours. Every Monday was my rest day. And then Tuesday through Friday, I would work from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m.
Yeah.
And then I had the kids in between, if they're there and they need me, So I had to shut it off because mentally, like you said, once you lay down, your mind is still up.
running,
Now
yeah.
you're not getting really good sleep. You're aging yourself faster. You're getting frustrated. All of that. Yeah. Say
Botox.
goodbye to the good skin. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a real
Thank
thing.
you.
My new
Yeah.
skincare process. I can look young
Yep.
forever.
Yep. It'll do it. It'll snatch it up. And I have essential oils for sleep that
Seriously,
helps
my
you.
wife
Yeah.
throws like lavender on her pillow all the
Yes.
time. I'm like,
Oh yeah, I have an oil that will put lavender to shame. It's called Sleep Tight, and that's why I named it that, Sleep Tight. And
You have
when
some on the island right now?
I have some. Yeah, it's in my room. I always travel with it. Oh yeah.
We'll take the
Yes.
leftovers.
Yes, yes.
I don't hear
I
you,
wish I
babe.
would have brought it with me. It's inside the condo.
fine.
But let me tell you that if I can give you one piece of advice,
Yeah.
definitely create a schedule for yourself because you deserve a break too. Trust.
don't break your neck.
No, I hope you're listening.
I
I'll
am.
break my neck to
La,
make
la,
sure
la,
you're
la.
listening.
Listen,
Yes.
it's all good. I'll get there. Step by step.
So
It's
what's
a
like
journey.
your top 3 favorite restaurants on the island?
Oh, definitely Gianni's.
Oh,
I love
really?
Gianni's. I love Gianni's. I love when they do the big
the
The
wheel,
roll.
the wheel,
cheese.
the wheel,
Yeah.
the cheese
Oh
wheel.
my
Cheese wheel.
goodness! And they just my kids go crazy for that. And they have a
That's
really good
interesting.
eggplant dish. It's like one of their appetizers. But everything's good at Gianni's. I
To be
love
honest,
it.
is. But do you feel, because it's kind of controversial when it comes to that restaurant, people
Yeah.
might think like it's a little overpriced for what you get. But it's
Right.
also in the district with, all the tourism is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I was told is that the owner ships all of his food directly from Italy. So you're
It's true.
getting top quality.
It's true,
It's
yeah.
the closest you'll get to Italy without having
Yeah,
to
without
leave the
having to leave.
island.
They have
Yeah.
their own distribution company, so they get to pick. You go to like different companies, you
Yeah.
have to get what they have. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
So at some point they were like, "Fuck it!" So they just started their own distribution company, and they bring their
Oh.
own meat. They go to like Europe, pick their own meat. Or
Wow.
we're shipping this to Aruba. We're shipping that to Aruba. So
That's
I will
cool.
give you that part. Which
Yeah.
when it comes to like the quality of food, it is where they want it to be from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they have their own bakery, so
Yeah.
they're getting fresh bread every
I'm
single
telling
day.
you,
Yeah.
it's top
It's good,
quality
yeah.
for sure. So it's a nice way to like treat yourself, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So that's always like my kids. I'm like, for years, even my youngest, he's like, oh, we get to go to Gianni's. Like if I tell him we're going to Aruba, that's the first thing he
Yeah.
says. Now I don't eat meat anymore, but Old Fisherman was my spot. I used to
Okay.
love the Old Fisherman. So when they had a location that was by the mall near where the boats stocked. The outdoor
Yes.
mall. Yeah.
Right here, Aruba Main.
They had that spot, but then they ended up
Up the road here.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, so then they ended up getting a new location. I came here during quarantine, and it was like
Palm Beach, right?
Palm Beach, right?
Yeah, I think
the-
so.
by the Holiday Inn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yes, I used to love the Old Fisherman as well, and then Tandoor I just had last night, the Indian spot.
I've never been.
I've been
My
once
God.
a long time ago. Yeah.
Let me tell you, they have a signature dish that they say you can only get from this restaurant because the owner created it. It's mushrooms, and they fry it like a tandoori style, and it's like really red. It tastes like chicken. And I haven't had chicken in probably almost 10 years.
way.
But it tastes like chicken, but in a good way. The way they fry it,
Yeah.
incredible. We went through pans and pans of that last night. My
Oh,
kids,
stop.
yes, and my youngest, he's never had chicken before ever. He's 5, so when we ate it, and I was like, oh my God, it kind of tastes like chicken. He said, now I know what chicken tastes like. He
Now when I
never
go and
had
try
it.
chicken.
Yeah,
No, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was really good. Everything at that restaurant was good last night. So
That's one thing I say
definitely
about
putting it on my
Indian
list.
restaurants is that they make such good substitutes for like meat.
Yeah.
You don't even miss it.
Nope.
That's
Yeah.
the one thing they're really, really good in. So I'll give them that
Yes.
for sure.
I'm gonna send
Oh,
an invoice
yes.
for this little, plug
Oh,
you just
man,
gave
I
them.
know, right?
I'm like, click,
I
like
am
here
very,
we go. I'm gonna
listen,
charge
my
you.
kids are like, oh, we're coming back here. We order extra food to go so they can heat it up tonight after the beach.
So I want to talk to you about like moving into your 40s. Like, how has that changed your life? How has that changed your perspective on viewing life and like reaction to stuff and all this good stuff. Like, what has 40 done to you?
40s is the best. It is like
You
living
just
your...
turned 40 last year, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm 41 now. And I was here last year
Yeah.
for my birthday by myself. And it was incredible. I was right on Eagle Beach. So 40 is like the 20s with more wisdom and life experience. I love this age. It's like prior to this, everything was research, you know? And now that I'm beyond 40, now I'm really living, you know? It's
Because
like
you understand everything now.
yes, if you're lucky enough and you actually want to grow, you get to a space where it's like, I'm really doing things for me. I'm really enjoying my life. I don't care what anybody else has to say. Your ego starts to be, become less, you get it into balance. And it's like, I could care less about doing things to make other people think whatever they want to think. And then it's just this beautiful space of just like accepting yourself. You become powerful. And if, like I said, if you go through the growing journey,
The right
oh
way.
my goodness, let me tell you, it is like I'm the happiest I've been ever with myself. I feel like I'm moving with intention. I follow my intuition. I'm very discerning. I don't just do stuff to do it anymore. Like I'm very protective of my energy, who I'm
sure.
around. And I don't have to be surrounded by people just to say I'm with people.
Yeah.
It's like I'd rather be by myself, and most times I am. I
You
change
enjoy
my
your own
phone number.
company.
Yeah, it's like I changed my phone number right before my 40th birthday, and when I tell you my
Peace.
phone hardly ever rings it's like family, and
I
that's
can't
it.
wait to enjoy that.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's the best. And then sometimes I look at my phone like, don't nobody ever text me. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I made it that way. That's right. Yeah. No, I love it.
I do have a question regarding that. Like, and I don't know if it's controversial or not, but you said because like you're on your own, you kind of like do things for yourself. Now, if you like, you're currently single right now, right?
Yeah.
Is it because you're single you get to make all these decisions and be like, you can kind of do whatever you want, basically. But how would that, if I'm someone that had that same mentality of like, do what's right for me, but I also have a partner, how would that affect my partner?
Well, I tried to incorporate my partner in that when we were married.
Yeah.
But what happens is,
I'm speaking in general, not just mine. I'm like,
oh yeah.
She's gonna be like, the fuck you trying to say?
Right.
I'm like, yeah, it's not about you. I'm
Yes.
good.
No, it's a beautiful thing when you reach this point in life and you have someone that is on the same page.
Yeah.
They're open to
That's
the
hard.
growth. Yeah. So it's like they have to be open to the growth. They have to grow themselves. It doesn't mean you have to grow at the same rate.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be doing the same things, but the fact that you're both saying, hey, here's where I am now.
Yeah.
But at the point where you start to change and you start to find yourself and you're now like, hey, I matter. If that person doesn't agree with you and they're like, no, I just want you to do for me and I want your focus to be on me. What happened when your focus was on me and they started throwing a temper tantrum because you're looking out for, that's when it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to be on the same page, and that's what marriage is supposed to be, in my opinion. It's supposed to be, I look out for you, you look out for me.
And then
If
like,
we're both-
if I'm going this way, like, hey, you coming with me or what? You know?
Right. It should be it should just flow, you know? But when you get to that point and it's not flowing anymore and you're like fighting and fussing and then it becomes overwhelming because you're like, wait, I don't want to keep doing this for the rest of my life. Like, we're not hearing each other, you know? So then that's when it's like, some people it works and they're able to grow together. And then some people it exposes that, hey, y'all were really never growing together.
Yeah.
So what was the breaking point you would say like in your marriage to be like, you know what, Monique, this is it, girl. Like, it's not going anywhere anymore. Like, this needs to happen.
Yeah, my therapist asked me a very important question. And mind you, a lot of the things that I was asking for within my marriage, it had been the same since we were dating. So it wasn't like it was something new. It wasn't like I just woke up one day and was like, all right, now I have all these new requests. It was the same stuff.
Yeah.
It was just like, hey, like, let me in. I'm your wife. Like, stop treating me like a fan. Like, don't give me surface level. Like, let's go deeper. Let's talk. But if you haven't done that work on yourself, you don't really know how to be open and vulnerable.
Sure.
And especially if you weren't raised in a household where that was encouraged. So for me, I was raised in a house where we were talkers. Like, my parents let us express ourselves respectfully, and we were encouraged to talk. And my ex, he was the opposite. He was raised in the opposite way. So
Kids need to stay quiet. and-
yeah. So for me, the breaking point was just when my therapist asked me, she said, look, if nothing else changes and he is exactly who he is for the rest of your life and you are feeling how you're feeling and you're very unhappy, you don't feel like you're fulfilled in a relationship,
Damn.
would you stay? And she's like, I don't want you to answer now. I want you to really think about it. And then the next time we see each other next week, I want you to tell me what you think. And she said, and write it down, and don't write it as if you have someone over your shoulder that's reading it. Yeah. She said, be very open and vulnerable with yourself. Tell yourself the truth and really think about it. And I journaled and I wrote about it, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't. Because if I've been saying the same thing for all these years, it's well over a decade, of being together. Yeah.
What's going to change now?
Yeah.
What's going to change now?
Nothing's going to change.
And then if you do start to make changes, are they real changes? Or are you just trying to appease me, which is
and
typically
you already
what
accepted
happens.
this person as they are for all these years. You accepted that they did not deliver what you wanted them to deliver.
I don't know that I accepted it, though. I think that even me just owning up and being accountable for my part, I was trying to change him. It's like who he was, he always had been that person. Yeah. And in my mind, being young in your 20s, thinking that, oh, you're the perfect idea of a person. And, I love him. My heart was so open. You couldn't tell me nothing about him.
Nobody could.
When I tell you, ride or die, loyalty to a fault. But it got to a point where I started to realize, oh, wait, a part of the love that I have for him is for him, but then another part of it is because of what I thought he would be, or what he told me he would be, in the marriage. So once you get to a point where you're just like, okay, the things aren't adding up, the math isn't mathing.
Been saying this for 5 years. I didn't see any progress. What's actually
more than 5? It's
it's a long time.
5 years in, listen, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, and honestly, my therapist, she said all of these amazing things that I wish I would have heard before I got married. Yeah. And she's like, listen, she was just like, look, at the end of the day, when you get married, however that person is, they're going to stay that way 9 times out of 10, or they get worse. So whoever you're marrying, make sure that's who you want to marry, not what they could be, not who they were in the past, who they are right now.
That's some really good advice.
Yeah.
I never thought about it that way. Thank God.
Yeah. Look, some of us are luckier than others. You must have a better idea of who you are, and she has a great idea of who she is, and then y'all come together as whole people. That wasn't the case for me. Yeah. I was very much looking for him to love the parts of myself that I didn't really like.
And how harder was it knowing that you have kids with this person as well?
That was the most difficult part. But you know what woke me up? I started to look at how our marriage dynamic was, and I was like, oh my God, this is sort of like what I grew up, in. And I accepted certain things that were unhealthy because of how I was raised. And then I'm looking at my children like, oh my goodness.
You're going to normalize this for them.
Yes. I'm like, they're going to think that this is normal. And then they're going to grow up and they're going to find themselves in a similar situation, doing the same things. And then that's the generational curse. So I had to make a decision. I was like, do I break this? Yeah. So I was like, I'm breaking this. And when they get older, they will recognize it and they'll appreciate it.
Everybody understands when they get older.
For
sure. My dad used to tell me, you'll understand when you get older.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, for my children, it was 2 months later. After the divorce was finalized. We were in Cozumel for Chase's birthday. We travel for birthdays. They think that your birthday is synonymous with beach. So they don't hear anything otherwise. It's like, which beach are we going to?
Where are we going? Beaches in this family.
Right. My son, Chase is the funniest. He's an old soul. I swear. He must have been a billionaire in his previous life. Because homeboy, he was he was 3, turning 4. And I said, where do you want to go for your birthday? Zanzibar. Excuse me? Sir,
Get the fuck out of here.
How about Cozumel? And that's where we went. But no, we were at a dinner, me and the kids.
Yeah.
And we were laughing, we're joking, we're celebrating Chase. And my daughter looks at me, who at the time was 8. And she said, Mommy, you know what I noticed? And not to be mean, but I noticed that ever since you divorced Daddy, you've been a lot happier and more energized. And then my oldest, he was 10 at the time, Christopher, he was like, yeah, I'm not going to lie. I have to agree. And I just looked at them like, wow, it literally brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to hit them. I didn't expect them to be that observant that soon.
Yeah.
And then it made me wonder, what was I doing while I was in the marriage? And my daughter all the time, she says, Mommy, you're not as snappy. You don't yell. You're very calm with us. Because I'm able to be the mom I've wanted to be without feeling like this tug of war,
Yeah.
Because you're also in your best version of yourself as well. So
every decision you make is just for you. You don't have to think about if I do this, what is he gonna think, or what is she gonna think?
to convince
maybe
them
I shouldn't do it because they're gonna be unhappy,
or trying to appease.
Exactly. That's what I mean. If you try to do something for them, you know it's not good for yourself because
Yeah.
if I don't do this, I'm gonna be unhappy. But if I do, they're gonna be unhappy. So let's appeal to their happiness, not
Yeah.
to my own.
Yeah.
Which is something I always tell you have to stop that.
I knew it.
He
It's a
does
therapy
it
session for you.
always.
Guys, what is this?
He always does this, even with like friends, and it doesn't not even just like relationship, like friends. Every
I
single
want
thing.
everybody to be happy. Like, you good? You good?
That's a
At
typical
my
Libra
expense.
quality.
Yeah,
That's a
but
typical
I don't
Libra
think that's
quality.
right.
Y'all should have me in a
It's
fucking
not.
Leo or something. Like,
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
I'll be like,
no,
Shark.
but no. Let me tell you, he's being who he truly is at the core. Like that's how Libras. That's how I was. But you get to a point where you
gotta
get fed
wake
up
up,
enough.
though,
Yeah,
like-
you get to a point where you're just like, you know
when they
what?
say, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you
You
good.
know when they say like when you make a lot of money, it just exposes who you really are.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just gonna be poor for the rest of my life because I'm capping everybody. You need some money, bro? I got you. You need some? I got you. So
you go.
Here you go. Like some.
I don't even
Yeah.
need it. Like I'm struggling,
Guys,
but it's
let's
okay.
help Samuel get rich because if he does, he'll help us all. You know.
Oh my God. And let me tell you that, and that's the problem, is that we will handicap people. We will literally put them in a position where we're doing so much for them that they never learn to do it for
Yeah.
themselves. And that was me in my marriage. That was me in my marriage. And I enjoyed.
It's a good thing you're sitting here today. It's a therapy session.
Right. But I enjoyed it. That version of me enjoyed being that person that could be reliable and depended
Yeah.
on. And I valued myself based on what I did, not who I was. I felt like if I was sitting on the couch chilling, I wasn't good enough. So I had to be moving constantly, you know?
Yeah.
But then I got to a point, I was so burnt out. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
For what?
Yeah. So it's a lot.
All right.
Go for it. You want
Okay,
something?
yeah, no, because now I want to talk about like the Housewives.
Okay,
Yeah.
so before we get in there,
Okay, let's-
because again, I'm coming in here like fucking blindsided. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I just want to know, like, how did you get involved in this whole housewife thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, who came to you? Like, how did this happen?
Yeah, it's so funny. So my ex-husband, when the show Housewives of Potomac first started showing that it was a thing and people started buzzing about it, I remember him saying to me, "You could do that. You could be on that show." So he was
Be careful what you wish
always
for.
like, yeah, he was always like, "You could do it." What's really funny, and a lot of people don't realize this, I was the more private person.
On
You
the
know,
show?
You-
like
it
I
seemed
was
that
the
way.
I was very private, but when I open up, I'm wide open. But I was that person that I didn't have social media when I started Potomac. I had to actually get a Twitter and an Instagram account. And then I had Facebook only from when we were getting married. And I still had that Facebook page. But I would post pictures of me and my son and I would cover his face. Like I was that private,
Yeah.
you know? And I was just like, I like watching reality TV. I would never do reality TV.
Yeah.
Like ain't nobody about to be all up in my business like that.
Exactly.
So that was me. But then time passed and then one of my friends back then reached out to me and was like, "Hey, they're casting for Potomac and I put your name in the hat. I think you should do." Yeah. He said, "I think you should at least just do the audition." And I was like, "What? No." So I hang up the phone. I go into the living room and my ex, he was like, "What was that about?" I said, "They're casting for Potomac, that show that you keep telling me I should be on."
Yeah.
And I told him, I'm like, "No." He was like, "What? You should do it. Do the audition." So I'm looking at him like, "Really?" I'm like, "You would be down for that?" And he was like, "I mean, why not? I mean, I feel like it'll be a good platform for your
Yeah.
business." And so I'm like, "All right, well, let's just do the audition." So that's how it happened. And then lo and behold, here we go. Like,
You know, it's crazy how like one decision can like literally change the whole trajectory of your
Yeah.
life.
Every
It's just-
single thing.
It's wild. It's wild.
So yeah, it definitely gave the platform.
Yeah.
But all the drama in between, I was not ready for.
Wasn't ready for
Okay,
it.
so
Oh
okay,
my
so
God.
I was
as a watcher, like what's real and what's not real? Like, do they make y'all like okay go together? Like y'all aren't even friends. Like go sit together and like make
Yeah.
content.
Is,
Like,
So-
is the beef and all that stuff real? Or I don't know. Or,
On my show it was. Yeah. I don't know about other people's shows, but on my show it was. And what's funny is the thing that I didn't like about Housewives is that most times you don't know the women, but you're supposed to act like on TV,
Like you know me for a
like
long
y'all know
time.
each other. So now if you say something shady or you take somebody's side and you're introduced by this person as your friend, the audience is looking like, "Oh, that's messed up. Y'all been friends for
Yeah.
years." And it's like, I
been like
just
5
met
weeks.
her
5
on
weeks.
camera. Like, what? I have no idea who she is. Like, but I have to act like it.
Yeah.
And then once the show airs, they'll take different scenes, they'll take things out of context, the editing.
That's how it goes.
But guess what? I'm doing press. I have to own it.
Yeah.
I have to own it.
Oh my
So now I have to
God.
buy into the narrative that they're putting out there so
sucks,
that we
though.
can promote the show. It makes it even more real. But when we're filming, for me, I'm filming my real life. I'm being
Yeah.
who I actually am. I'm not turning up. I was actually turning down for cameras. I'm a very big personality, very silly, very fun. And I was finding myself actually being less of that on camera to just kind of be a little reserved and kind of like read the room a little bit.
Yeah.
But
It was definitely
yeah.
giving that.
But it's also like when you're on camera, it's like it's not like you're just the three of us here. It's like a bunch
Production
of people are watching.
team,
So you
yeah.
want to be like, you don't want to go too crazy on camera. I mean, I'll be like, what the fuck is this crazy chick like being so jolly?
No, but it's a weird thing when you're in that room, and especially once the drinks get going, you forget that the cameras are there.
Oh, yeah.
But then it's like everybody wants their moment. You know, everybody wants the
Camera
moment
time.
where it's like they remember. Oh wait, these cameras is watching. Let me watch my angle. Let me make
Yeah.
sure I look good. Girl, you know, let me throw this bottom over here. This gonna look good.
Jesus.
And oh, this gonna make the super tease. Like,
God.
so you have people that think that way.
Yeah.
And then you still have to be
They want the
aware
views.
that you're being,
Oh my
recorded, but at the
God.
same time, you still want to be yourself.
Do you feel like it's a competition between everybody? Like everybody wants to be like, I want to stand out more than you because I want to be the star of the show.
Absolutely, absolutely. You have a lot of that. You have a lot of. They pick who they want to be the star. You know,
As
they
the production?
choose. Yeah,
The
the
show itself?
production, the network, they will
They
choose
kinda,
who
and then
they want the
edit it
show.
and then push it that way. It's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. So they'll show people favor, but usually the ones that they pick is for a reason. It's because they're the ones that will do whatever they tell them to do. I was
Yeah.
not that one. I was the one where they'd be like, say this, say that. And I'd be like, no, that's not something I would really say in real
So
life.
no.
So no, I'm not saying that. Right. Like, I'm not saying that.
I've had him on the show. I told him, hey, listen, with this guy, just let's go easy. Don't do this. He's like, sure. Like, yeah, please. Okay. He said an hour like this. Shark, you want something to say? No, I'm good. Literally said nothing. Like maybe 15 words. I was so embarrassed that day.
Because how the fuck you
This was 2
trying
years
to tell
ago.
me not to be myself? I cannot do that. I'm not a fake person. I always have to just
Yeah.
keep it real. Like, this is what it is. Like, you'll
Yeah.
get what you get.
Yeah, I think I was a little. People always tell me I was a little too real for reality TV because I was really buying into the idea of like, let's make this a friendship. Let's really get to know each
Yeah.
other on and off camera. Let's
But
make
for them,
this
that
show.
doesn't benefit them because fights is
There's
what
no
get
drama.
views.
Right,
Drama.
right. Or they just don't like you.
Which is so
She's
weird.
too nice. Get the fuck out of here. We need
But
somebody
you
that's
know,
crazy.
I have to say, and this is no tea, no shade again. Shout out to America, but American culture is very different because, like,
Yeah.
all around the world, or I feel like for the Caribbean for sure,
Yeah.
we were like, oh, Monique is so real. Like, this is a breath of fresh air.
Oh, thank you.
You don't have all of the fake stuff.
Yeah.
But when we saw like different actions happen, I'm like, what do
Yeah.
the Americans be seeing that we don't see? Because it's like, what did she do? I don't
Right,
get it.
right. It's funny because you have a vast majority of people who, you know, they're triggered by what you do because they wish they would do it. They wish they could do it, you know? And then I have a lot of people that come, I've not had one person actually approach me in person and say anything negative or anything. Like, I've only been shown love, like everywhere I go. Like, I'm very grateful for it. But then you have trolls. But also, rumor has it that sometimes the network will have a
For
team
sure,
of trolls.
I believe that. For
Yeah.
sure.
to like trigger things online.
shit up.
Yep. To start things up on social media, to say little things just to kind of get under your skin.
Yeah.
But for me, I was just like, I'm like Teflon. I'm like, you're not going to get under my skin. I really don't care.
It's not that easy.
Yeah.
Did you know anybody prior to going on the show, or did everybody there was new to you?
They were all new.
Okay.
Now some of us had the same circles, but we
Okay.
never met each other. Like
Okay.
every person that I met on that show was when I started filming.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
'Cause I
season
remember
2.
when you came on, it was like, I think it was said like, okay, Charisse was your
They
friend. and
paired
she
me
was
with her. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, she was
okay.
the most believable because she came from the NBA world. I was coming from the NFL world with my
Yeah.
ex, and we would go to the games, and you know we would be courtside seeing her husband,
Yeah.
her ex-husband now, coach. I never even knew that she was his wife. Like I didn't know that he had a
Yeah.
wife. Yeah, he definitely didn't move like he had one.
What did you do before the show?
Clock that tea.
I was, business manager. So my ex had several properties. So even before we got married, I was like managing all his business. I was like
Yeah.
his assistant, you know.
Pretty much, yeah.
So then once we started having kids, I was just a stay-at-home mom. And I started this company called Not for Lazy Moms where I would teach people how to use like natural remedies for their children.
Yeah.
And it started because a friend of mine, she had a baby and she was just like, I don't want to give my baby these medications. Can you tell me what I can use instead? And
That's
I would give her
healthier,
advice all the
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And she said, you just need to start a website that just has all this information. And I was like, you know what? I'll do it.
You
And
had the time.
Yep, and I
Yeah.
did that. And so yeah, I was stay-at-home mom and just like handling whatever need to be handled. I'm paying the bills. I'm like, managing the properties. I'm
Just
scheduling
handling all the
things.
behind the scenes stuff, like make sure everything is like
seamless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
everything's in control, everything is good. Like you keep doing what you're doing. I'll handle the rest of it here.
Yes.
Don't worry about it.
That was me. That was
Good.
me.
The great partner.
Yes.
So back to the show. I'm sorry, because
No, it's fine.
I'm a housewife
But
girl.
I will be jumping in like, wait, I don't know what you did before.
Yeah,
you
no,
did that.
of
Okay,
course.
now let's go back
This
to
is
the...
our dynamic.
Yeah.
This is
No,
our
I love
dynamic.
it.
Okay, so out of all the girls, did you establish a friendship eventually with anybody, or was it really like, nah, fuck all these hoes?
They were more so work friendships. It's like the same as when you have a coworker and you're just like, we work together, we're gonna show up, so
good,
let's stay in touch and let's let's make sure we're good and spend time with each other because it creates more storyline for camera, that type of deal. I keep in touch the most with Ashley Darby.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I still see her here and there.
She
Me and her are
pisses
good.
me off, but I love Ashley.
Yeah, but let me tell you, Ashley does her job. And she
does.
takes her job very seriously. She be cracking me up because she be like,
I have no idea who this chick is.
yeah. So Ashley is the pot stirrer.
Okay.
She is the one.
That's how you like her.
She is the one that is going to stir the pot.
You're like,
she's
all
the
right.
one where you can be like, hey, we're not talking about this on camera. She'll be like, okay. As soon as the camera's rolling. So what happened the other day when you did? That's Ashley. So I heard that this, that, and the other happened. Ashley is going to stir
She's
the
the
pot.
bone collector.
Listen.
She's the Sheree Potomac.
And she's so funny to me because she'll just be like, yeah, I'm really starting to like some of these girls and I feel bad, but I mean, hey, I gotta do my job. Ashley is hilarious. She's the best. But yeah, it's
You
weird.
come to Aruba, have her sit here and listen. So
Oh
She
man.
is messy.
She is funny, but she's in real life. She's a sweet person. Like she
Yeah.
really is.
You can see that though.
She is. She really keeps to herself. Like her friend circle isn't really that big. Like she's very low key.
Her friend circle is messy. The ones that she bring on the show is
But that's
very
the thing. You got to know who to bring.
Happy Eddie. Oh my God, Ashley is so much. Actually, now she's singing as well.
Yeah, she's
I'm
been
like-
singing for a while.
I'm like, Ashley, her and Candace, they're forever gonna have this rivalry. I'm like,
Oh my God.
Ashley, singing now. She made a house song. I'm like, girl.
Oh, she did? I don't keep up. When I tell y'all, I barely even turn my TV on. Like,
I'm not mad at
I don't
that.
be knowing what's going on in the world.
I'm not mad at that at all. Okay, so all this is going on. What is Giselle like for reals? Because I know like that was your first person. It was like from the first sit down at the high
I try to
tea.
be cool with everybody. Yeah, no, she's really a nasty person. Like, even in real life. Yeah, she
Everybody
really is.
says that.
Yeah, I've had so many,
Look, I
like,
have to Google these faces. So I know who
yeah,
we're talking about.
I've had
Yeah.
so many people who are like fans of the show that would come up to me with stories. And they would always be, I was so disappointed. I was so excited to meet her. And then I met her and she was so snobby and she was, she's just a nasty person in real life.
Damn, the Green Eye Bandits.
Yeah, sometimes like you have people that do these shows, they survive because they don't mind being that villain
bitch.
or just, it's like they'll do whatever to get that check and keep it coming. And they have
That's the girl?
no karma.
That's
No,
just-
I mean, they
yeah.
have no fear of karma. But yeah, karma will catch up with you, and if it doesn't catch you, to catch that neck.
I want to clip that part.
Everybody know.
I feel like sometimes, again, like it's no shade or anything, but like, I mean, I'm looking at her age and everything. Like, I feel like as you get older, you have to have a certain bitch personality to stay relevant.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're like,
Especially in those shows.
For
Yeah,
sure,
you know what I mean?
for
Like-
sure.
Yeah.
She is, but she's always been this. I feel like for
she'll
sure.
get to a point. You get to a point, I guess, for some people, they get to a point where they just accept it and they just say, all right, well, this is what I am.
Yeah.
I was not that person. That's why reality TV didn't work for me, because I wouldn't buy into what they were trying to portray me as. They tried to portray me as this spoiled, like, kept woman.
They really
Yeah,
try that.
They tried, like, oh, she's an NFL wife. But my thing was like, they try to paint the whole gold digger picture, all of that. And I'm like, I'm doing all the work up in this house. Like, I'm running this stuff. Like,
And he's even saying it. Like,
yeah, he is the type of person that he just wants to chill. Like, he don't want to have any responsibilities or do anything. And I was a worker bee. So it was the perfect combination for us back then. So like I was handling everything and I had no problem handling it. I enjoyed it until it just got too much for me, Yeah.
Understandable.
would you ever get back in reality TV?
It depends on the type of show. Like if I was to like be like a host or something like that,
Yeah.
then I could do that. But reality TV will always be in edited reality. It's like
It's
they're
not-
going,
it's-
you live your life, and then they're going to create the
A
story that
narrative.
they want, and then they're going to take the pieces from your life that they want that will fit that story. And it's nothing you can do about it. It's for entertainment, you know? People want to see the drama.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's on your expense too, because then people are
Exactly.
gonna be like,
You and your family.
oh, you're such a fucking bitch. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I saw you on TV. I'm like,
Right.
I'm the
And people
nicest
feel like they
person.
know you based off
They
of.
Yeah.
really do. Like, people are so convinced that my former mother-in-law didn't like me. She made a comment to me on the show. She's like, I set that heifer straight. Me and her have never had a relationship where we didn't like each other. Now, have we had moments where when we got married, it felt like she was losing her son, you know, things like that.
Of
That's
course.
normal,
It's
right?
normal, yeah.
But we've never had a relationship where we couldn't be in the same room or, you know, and people are so convinced after watching just that one episode that, oh, she never liked him. And Chris, you know, she was in his
This is why
ear.
I can't
And
watch reality TV. bro.
listen,
I just don't believe. I
when
have a hard
tell
time
you,
believing
and
it.
one thing that people don't understand is that, like, my ex-husband is the most strong-minded person you will ever meet. You are not going to get him to do anything that he doesn't want to do. I tried for 17 years. Trust me. But when people say, "Oh, he had his mom in his ear," no, he didn't.
Yeah.
Like, let me tell you, he will shut things down. That's one thing about him. He will shut things down and be like, "Nope, I ain't doing that. Nope, I don't feel like it." He'll look at you and be like this. He'll be like, "I ain't doing that." So it's funny how people really think that they know your situation. And I'm looking at our read comments like, y'all are so stupid. Like, no,
It's
this
so
is
out of
not.
touch from
This is why-
reality.
yeah, but that's why I don't really watch reality TV, because it's what you explained just now. It's like it's a version of the production team. Being in this business, I realize this as well. Like,
Yeah.
I can edit anything into a narrative that I want. I can make a little highlight
Yeah.
reel about this clip, and then when they watch the show, like, wait, this is completely what I
That was
wasn't
nothing
expecting.
Yes,
like what
yes.
it was.
But I have to do it that way,
But
you know?
need to because
Yeah.
you want to pull people in. You know, you got to
Exactly.
tease them a little bit.
Exactly.
Yep,
I'm
to
not
get
mad
them to
at
watch.
that at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about like this infamous fight, this whole thing with Candace. Okay, so like I remember like,
No idea.
are we open to talk about it?
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
like there's
yeah.
no I
I have to go edit. I don't want that.
Yeah, no.
We edit nothing on this show.
No,
this
we
is
can
a real
talk.
TV. Like,
Yes, let's
nothing
do
is
it.
edited.
Right.
Okay, so that fight, I noticed like from your end, it was like they try to play it off like it came from nowhere. But then you were like, no, it did not come from nowhere. It was built up. It's like, can you talk,
Yeah.
like, please break that down a little bit, especially
was-
so he can understand.
Yeah, so it was almost
what I
like there was two different reality shows happening, right? You had the one on camera and then you had the one off camera. So with that whole situation, the fight did kind of happen out of nowhere. And even production, they were trying to figure out how can we give this fight reason. It just happens, you know, but there was nothing on camera that would build up to
Yeah.
it, you know? So they would piece stuff from like weeks later and put it in the front, you know, just so that it can look like there was all this tension.
Okay.
And there was no like tension. It was literally, that fight happened literally because her hand was in my face. Now, if you go back to when I first met her in season 3, we were at Ashley's.
Wait, how many seasons are there?
There's a lot.
There's a lot,
Yeah.
there's a
lot.
So
It's still going on.
Yes. So season 3, I met her at Ashley's brunch. And I said, I really like this girl, Candace. I said, but she keep talking with her hands.
Yeah.
And she might hit me.
I remember
I might
that.
have to hit it back. I literally said
You
that.
said it. You did say
I
that.
have issue with hands in my face because of childhood trauma that I didn't realize I had.
Yeah.
I knew I had issue with it, but I didn't know why.
Yeah.
So you take that instance, and I'm a hothead, or at least I was, and I go from 0 to 100 real quick. The jersey came out real fast. So basically, you know, the hand was in my face, and I'm like, your hand's in my face, and she's like, what you gonna do? And I twirl her hair like, what you gonna do? You know,
Yeah.
I'm popping her hair. And next thing you know, I'm smashing her head into a table, and I'm just
Wait, you smashed your head into the table?
yeah.
It's not funny, but like,
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
it
it was pretty intense.
Talking to you like earlier, and I'm talking to you now. I can't
I'm so-
ima-
I'm so sweet.
I'm like 0 to 100 real quick. 'Cause I will not picture you smashing
let me
somebody's
add
head.
a disclaimer because I feel like this is a part again where I say like America versus like Caribbean or you know how we live here. Candace is a shit starter.
Right.
Like she likes to I love her because I feel like she's a little gay boy with her reads. She definitely has a gay best
She
friend
does.
that she learns these reads from.
Oh, well, she definitely can read, and she definitely has the clapbacks and the wit.
100%.
But she goes way too far. She takes it too far. And what
And she
happens
can't take
is,
it.
yeah, so what happens is with the cameras, people get camera courage. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're not going to talk that way if you were talking to somebody that you met in the bar. You're not going to talk that way to somebody that you're talking to in the street if cameras weren't around. You're only talking like this because there's an audience and there's cameras rolling.
And security to hold you back if anything happens.
Exactly, or so you think. The security was there, but they didn't get there fast enough.
I'm gonna watch this unfold like for 5 minutes, and then I'll jump in.
Maybe they didn't even expect it.
When I tell you, it was so fast, it happened so quick, you know? But the thing was, there was a lot of tension outside of filming that was going on behind the scenes. And then I had my own personal tension and stuff that was boiling over. And then this is a person who I had off camera looked out for. Now, mind you, when she first came to the show, nobody liked her. Nobody wanted to film with her. It got to a point where people forgot that she was actually brought on by Ashley.
Exactly.
So she was Ashley's friend.
She was Ashley's friend.
Then she got put on me. And I was like, how I get stuck with her? Like, so
like a leech, like you want your friend.
Right. And nobody on that show thought that she would survive another season. They thought like
How many seasons has she been part of?
She just
not
actually
off
got
now.
fired.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
I kind of want to start watching this show.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's crazy. And it's crazy how life works because she actually got fired. Meanwhile, I quit and she kept telling people, no, she got fired.
Yeah.
She wanted me to get fired because
So bad.
she wanted the production to somehow have her back. She wanted the network to be on her side. Like, she fought me and she should get fired. But the network still wanted me.
And I felt like Giselle and Robin, they like definitely had her back way more. Just so it could lead up to like, production, get rid of her, because I feel like
of course.
Giselle really, she was not fucking with you at all. Like, she really wanted you gone.
Yes, and she didn't. How much Giselle didn't like me is that she actually befriended Candace.
Exactly.
In order to get me, into a bad situation.
They used Candace as ass. They were like, Candace, press charge or like do
Right.
whatever you can to like make this happen.
They never liked her, and they would say things to her. I remember when we were in France. Season 3, which was her first season, and everybody on, even production, everybody was so annoyed with Candace because she acted like a little spoiled brat. She left her glasses. We're filming a show, and we have time limits for when we are hitting these different spots in another country to film at.
Yeah.
She left her glasses somewhere, and they were just like, she's like throwing a temper tantrum, like, I have to get my glasses. And we're like, we're filming. Like, what do you mean? Like, no, let somebody else go get them. But it was like stuff like that she would do that people would get irritated with off camera. And they were like, what is going on? But I mean, when I tell you, most of the cast did not think that she was going to be there for the next season, but it was like, they were stuck with her.
Nah, I was shocked that she even stayed that long, but oh my God. And then it's the crying for me after. That's what I can't think. Because I'm like, if you're going to be a bad bitch. Like, stand on your shit.
Right.
And so if you're going to be do your big one.
Yeah.
But don't come with the...
Yeah, she should have got an endorsement with Kleenex.
Like,
yeah, she could have been
always
rich.
got a tissue. She always got a cry. I'm like...
Yes. They should have had it where they folded them into perfect little corners.
She gets those perfect little corners.
Just to like tap the eye. Yeah, she missed out on a bag with that one.
For sure.
Yeah, and wig glue. She should have got an endorsement with the wig glue company. Because I'm going to tell you, I was trying to snatch that wig off, and that thing was not moving.
I didn't even know.
It was not shifting. I mean, when I tell you, I had my hands tangled up in it, and that thing, whatever glue she used, I don't know if that was Gorilla Glue or what, but that thing was not moving. That
thing did not
at all.
go.
It didn't.
She was just there with the glass.
She missed out on 2 bags.
How, like, at the reunion production, like, the girls were like, she didn't say that. And then they rolled the clip. They're like, she said that. She was like, no, the glass was in your face. She was like,
she
Giselle
literally
was like,
hit me with a glass. I had a busted lip. Like the pressure from the glass hitting my lip, my tooth ruptured the inside of my lip. I had to go to the dentist afterwards so they can check the stability of my tooth. I have literally a doctor's note showing that there was a puncture, this, that, the other. And this is how bad reality TV is. With the gaslighting and the manipulation, they're literally telling me that it didn't happen. And I'm looking at my lip like, I'm feeling my lip like, but it didn't happen.
Am I crazy right now? Like,
I felt like I was going crazy. And then they wouldn't let me see the video. I was like, well, show me the footage. No, we can't let you see that. The only reason I got to see the footage, and I knew for sure that it happened how I said it happened, is because she ended up pressing charges against me. So I had to lawyer up. My lawyer ended up saying that we need to subpoena the clip so that we can see what, so we can properly defend ourselves. That's the only reason that I was able to see the footage.
Otherwise, everybody's
they would have ran.
Against yours.
Listen, the network and the production company would have ran with whatever story they wanted to show. They wouldn't have had to show that part. they would have, and they could have kept the narrative as just like, oh, she just
You
lost it and
spazzed
that
out
was it.
and-
Yeah.
I
So
got-
it was a lot.
So much shit just happening in front of me. I'm like,
I know, right?
questions.
Ask
Oh,
away.
wait, first of all, how many seasons are there as of right now?
I don't even know. I
For
lost
Potomac,
count.
there's I think now it's season 9. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Christ.
9 or
All
10 maybe.
When did
I was
you get
there.
in?
I got there season 2, and I stayed. My last season was season 5, so I was there for 4 seasons. I did season 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I left. I quit right after the reunion
I'm hearing
aired.
like glass are flying, broken through. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Is this really reality TV? Or
Oh, it was bad.
It was good TV. I'm not even gonna lie. As a viewer, we were like very much like, this
Yeah.
is this the same show you're
It's very
watching
entertaining.
when we were in Curacao?
I'm not sure. I watch a lot of them. Like
No,
not a lot of them,
I remember
but like
we go to Curacao or some islands to do podcasting too.
Yeah.
And I'm just setting up, and I'm like, bitch, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, her, say that shit. Say what the shit.
I don't know.
I'm like, what are you doing? I'm just watching a show. I'm like,
Because it could also be baddies or
Yeah, I know.
something on Zeus. I don't know. But the
That's
Housewives
funny.
definitely be getting it hard.
Yeah, that was a crazy season.
Okay, but let's talk about the reunion because that was a whole nother. You had a whole receipt book.
Yeah, and it's so funny because that turned into something that I honestly wasn't expecting it to turn into. People bring props all the time, right?
Exactly.
So my thing is, I was supposed to be an attorney. So I went to school for law,
No shit.
right? So that was what I was supposed to be. But everything I do is like that of a lawyer. Like if you see the way I file, my cabinets, all of that is, I always use binders. That has always been my thing since the beginning of time. I was an executive assistant, so that's how I roll. I like things to be organized. You know, Libra. You like things to be organized and in place. So what I got annoyed about was that there was so much fake news
Narratives
being put out there that I said, okay, y'all keep telling these lies about me. I'm going to tell the truth about you. I had receipts on every last one of them, including myself.
Even yourself. 'cause you
Yeah,
said
because
that.
I was like, I'm showing, here's where I was. This is what I was doing. This is the reason why. There was so much like crazy rumors that were going on. And I'm like, okay, let's cut the rumors. Let's talk about what really actually happened. And I have one. When I tell you them chicks was shook because they knew. I'm like, if you come after me, I'm going to tell the truth about you.
Yeah.
And you don't know what I have in this
Like,
binder on all of you. So
I'm not gonna lie. I got a similar thing to a folder on my on a hard drive, like on people in Aruba. Like, I see you at the mill. It's a nightclub after hours. Are you in that corner with a
Savage.
prostitute?
fuck around.
Take a picture.
That is
picture.
messy.
that is savage.
People at my old job. Send to the Department of Health. Here you go. Like, come after me. Facebook. Aruba,
Oh
Facebook
my
is
God.
hardcore. Like, you put something on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook is crazy.
Everybody
yeah.
will fucking know.
What?
So I'm
That's
like, I've never had to
crazy.
use it. It's just like, break glass in case of emergency.
Yeah.
24 horas wants to post something about me, don't worry, I got something about you too.
Oh my God,
You
that
are
is
messy.
hilarious. Well, that's a
Yeah,
Libra.
but
That's
you
a
have
Libra.
to do it. Like, you have to protect yourself too, you know?
Right, we gonna keep
I'll
our
never use
receipts.
it until you make me, you twist my arm. All right, cool, let's go. Anytime.
Listen, I will let you know, like, nope, this is what happened, and here's the proof. Like, that's just how I always operated. So when I went to the reunion, my mindset was like, I'm not coming to play with them. I'm just gonna come and just put it all out there on the table.
Yeah.
I honestly thought they were gonna fire me. So I was like, let me just give
Let's
it my
just
all.
get everything in done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just that bam moment. Like, look, I'm gonna just put it all out there, and if I go down, at least I went down being me and telling the truth. I came to Aruba and got my Aruban tan right before reunion because that's what you're supposed to do. It was funny when I started Housewives. I came to Aruba. They called me while I was here,
No way.
with my kids and my mom and my ex, and they were like, "Hey, we really want y'all to film this first episode. Can y'all come this Friday?" We're like, "We're in Aruba." Like, what? And then I had to end up getting an early flight, and we went back. And if I hadn't done it, I would have never been on Housewives. So it's like I had to go back.
crazy.
So my mindset was, I'm going to finish how I started. So I said, we're going to Aruba. The week before reunion, I said, I'm going to get nice and crispy on these hoes. I'm going to be tan to the gods. Yes, I'm going to get all of that, upgrade
We
my
gonna deliver,
DNA.
baby.
Yep, I sure did. And then my girl Riley Knox made my gown, custom made. And
You
which-
always had the best reunion looks. I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
give it to you. You always came slaying for the girls.
Thank you. Yep, I was ready. I had my book, I had my parrot, and we was ready to go.
Oh, T'Challa.
I know. I miss T'Challa.
Aw.
My baby.
But no, Giselle was not ready for you in this reunion at all. Because you came for her. You came for Pastor
She's never
Jamal
ready for
Bryant.
reunions,
You
though.
came for
Yeah.
his dangling.
Listen,
Everybody
everybody
got
else
it.
was too at the time. He's newly married now, so I'm gonna leave him alone.
Yeah, we'll leave him.
I'll be respectful. He honestly was collateral damage. You know, he wanted to be on the show and support her, and unfortunately, that was the wrong move. Yeah, at the time.
Cameron wasn't letting up at all either.
Yeah.
She was riding uphill because she was like,
well, the thing was, you can't keep hiring boyfriends every season.
oh God.
You know, you can't do that. And think that we
there was like a little shade of, here you go.
It was a lot of shade, but a lot of truth.
Yeah.
That's true, because she has a new one again now.
It's like every season you're hiring a new person to stand next to you so that you can look like you. Come on now, like just stop. So, and we're not going to sit here and act like we're going to buy into it. Yeah. So it was just one of those things where he was unfortunately collateral damage, and just like my ex-husband was collateral damage for her. You know, her coming after him and saying things about him and
big boy and all these things.
Yeah.
I feel like it gets too personal. Like
it was
all
very personal.
I mean, like, at the end of the day, it is a reality TV show, but fuck, man, you're gonna come after my ex or like you come after my mom, like
it's crazy.
They don't hold back.
Right.
That's one thing. They don't like nothing is off limits.
And that's the
it's
unfortunate
like the
part.
craziest shit that you can get out there. Get it out. Production will love you. Like that's more airtime for you.
Yeah.
Because now you have to get like confessionals to talk about what you're doing, and
it's basically like, oh, you want to succeed in this business? Cool. Be the expose as much as you can about other people. Yeah. And we'll put you,
and about yourself. It's like you gotta put yourself out there.
I could never do that shit. Although I expose myself all the time on this show, but
you have control of it though. You're telling your truth, and it's not being clipped. You know. Yeah,
I know exactly what I'm putting out. Oh fuck, I gotta delete this part. You know.
Yeah.
We've said a few things in the past, like whoop, mute, like remove.
Yeah. I'll be watching. I'll be like, wait, where's the rest of the scene? Like, show everything else that I said, or show what happened prior to what I said. Like
that's something they do as well. They just put like a specific text, a specific scene. But they don't put the rest of it, so everything's so out of context.
You have to play with that narrative. Like, just follow this. That's what she said. Like, just focus on this part.
Yeah.
And what is Andy like? Like, sitting there and then, like, is he like a pot stirrer? Is he very messy or?
Well, yeah, of course he's messy,
Yeah,
but no, I've never had any bad issues with Andy. We've never had any negative experiences together. So I can only speak on my own experience with him. Andy was cool. He was cool, especially at that reunion. They set me up like they really wanted me to be down and out. So they put me at the wrong hotel, and I didn't know. So the only reason that I found out that I was at the wrong hotel is because Karen and I, you know, we had a true friendship, and we wanted to see each other and hang out before the reunion. And so we get in town. She said, all right, text me your room number. So I send her my room number, and she's like, I'm at your room. She's calling. She's like, why aren't you answering? I was like, oh, hold on. I go to the door. I'm like, you're not at my door. She's like, wait, what's your room number? I tell her the room number. She said, that's where I'm at. I was like, she said, Monique, what hotel are you at? And I said, girl, I'm at the DoubleTree. She was like, what? Bravo would never put us at the DoubleTree. She was like, that is not the hotel we're at. We're at the Wyndham. I was like, what?
Oh.
So production did it on purpose.
Yeah, production purposely had me at the wrong hotel. Now, mind you, if I wouldn't have found out, because I wasn't supposed to, if I wouldn't have found out, they had this whole story that they were trying to put out there, like me and my ex were too dangerous to be at the same hotel as the other girls. Oh. They had fake security on set at the reunion. It was like a whole story, right? But also,
I can't believe this shit.
Yeah, it was a whole setup. Yeah. It really was. Like they went the extra mile with this one. And imagine me waking up the next day at 5 a.m. to be where we're supposed to be to get glam and stuff. Yeah. Me and my whole glam team was at the wrong hotel. And when they kept saying, come down to the second floor or whatever, I'm thinking the second floor of where I'm at. Nobody ever told me that I was at the wrong hotel. So I would have woke up. Nobody would have answered their phones. We wouldn't have known what to do. I would have been frazzled from it. And it would have been a disaster.
And by the time they texted you to tell you where the location is, you're all fucking pissed off at that moment. So you're walking into the reunion like guns blazing.
Yeah. And this, just imagine, now I'm going to be late to set. They weren't expecting me to be on time. They had a whole plan, and I messed their plan up. I called production, and I said, y'all wrong for this. And, oh, no, they said that you couldn't bring the parrot. I'm on the other phone with the hotel. I said, hey, I have an emotional support pet with me. Am I able to bring her? She's he's an African gray parrot. And they're like, yeah, do you have a letter? I was like, yeah, I have a letter from my therapist that this is my emotional support pet. Yeah, you can bring them. I was like, oh, okay, so what was that? Oh, well, the rooms were sold out. Can I get 3 rooms because I need a room for me and my glam team? Sure, we can book you the rooms now. I'm like, and what was that? So I'm like, okay, I paid for all of our rooms. We left that hotel, checked into the right hotel that night. and
crazy.
then we were able to, you know, at least
Reimbursed?
get.
Here's the receipt.
They never reimbursed me. No, they never reimbursed me. And so I was able to do that, and at least we were able to get there in enough time where we kind of like felt settled. We got all the frustration out. We're where we need to be, and end up killing it. So
Man, it's
That's
crazy when I watch the
nasty
show.
work.
yeah, it was very nasty work. It was very nasty work. So yeah, I mean, when I tell you, it was like disrespect after disrespect after disrespect, you know, and it was just crazy.
I wonder why they hated. I mean, I don't want to use the word hate, but why did they dislike you so much?
It's not that they dislike me. It's just because it's good TV. You know,
Play
it's
into a
like,
narrative.
yeah. They wanted another. So there was a housewife that actually went to jail before. Teresa Giudice. I think that's her name.
She's
How
from
you pronounce
Jersey.
it? From Jersey. Yeah, from Jersey.
It's like, hey, I'm going to a TV show.
Right.
Great. 3 years later,
Teresa's
in
one of the
jail.
most
Yes.
iconic housewives, though. Like,
Yes.
Of
So-
all the
In jail or
franchises.
she's out?
No, she's out. She's been out. But the thing is, I feel like they wanted that again. It was like, because they weren't even trying to step in when she pressed charges against me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, in our contract, it literally says that we can't press
charges.
charges. We can't do stuff like that. Whatever happens on camera while we're filming
Yeah.
is basically, you know, it's protected, you know. Now, if her and I would have gotten into a fight outside of the cameras, outside of the work time,
That's a different
that's
thing.
different, you know. So I'm like, why are y'all letting this go? Why are y'all letting this play out when y'all know that this can't even hold up in court? Got me spending extra money for what?
That's
you know. So
crazy.
yeah,
It's
it
a
was wild.
storyline.
I feel like
Yep.
I feel like exactly. They just want to piss you off, so you come back on the show like you motherfucker. Like,
Yep.
you go off on. It's just to like get you rattled up, you know.
Yeah.
And the girls definitely played into it, especially like the season after that. It was more like, oh, how are you keeping up, Candace?
And
Like-
it was like I was long gone. I quit. Why are y'all still talking about me for seasons?
and she's like, I don't want to talk about it.
So
Like,
it's been 4 seasons. They're still talking about you.
I don't know if they're still talking
she's
now.
off now. She's not on it. So
yeah, but
they
I
have,
know
like, other problems and shit.
Yeah,
now.
after I left, I maybe 1 or 2 seasons even after that, they were still bringing up
Yeah.
flashbacks from the fight. They were still bringing up my name, and I'm like, they're still using my house, like the overhead scan of the homes and stuff. They were still using it, and I'm like, this is crazy.
You can't. You
People
know,
would send me screenshots, and they'd be like, they're still using your house.
but
I was like, wow.
You can't do something about that. Like, hey, I'm gonna like sue you because in America you can sue anybody. Like,
Yeah,
For
I
everything.
guess they own the footage, so they just like, we just gonna
okay.
keep using it.
Got it. Got
Yeah.
it. Got it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay, so we're done with these bitches now. Y'all, thank you. Shout out to all of y'all. So let's talk about your business.
Yes.
Okay, because you have the essential oils, you have the podcast. Well, you used to do the podcast.
Yeah,
Which
so
I feel
now-
like you're kind of getting back into.
Yeah, I'm pivoting right now, but right now my main thing that I'm doing is Meal Eve Essentials. I started this company during the quarantine. And
No way.
yeah, a lot of people, when they saw me on Housewives, they were like, hey, you're always using essential oils. We want to use your oils. And I'm like, well, I don't have any of my own. And they're like, you need to get your own line. So during the quarantine, I had extra time. So I was like, all right, let me look into the business and see what I can do. And honestly, I had already been looking into it from when we went to France, season 3, because we actually toured an essential oils company there. And we were trying to actually do some business together after we left. So that didn't work out. So this time around, I said, I have the time. And I started Meal Eve Essentials. I started out with just like some of your basic essential oils. And then I have a lot of blends that just like, you know, if you like lavender, you'll love Sleep Tight. Like it's like different mixes in there that really.
My wife, like, here you go. She
For
always
sure.
daps a little bit.
Yeah,
She'll
yeah.
love you even more.
Yep. So I sell
She'll be knocked out.
diffusers and diffusers, bath salts. And then I have the skincare line that I launched last year. So that's been doing really well. So we have this one product called the Flawless Glow Toner. It's actually something that I make myself, and I created the recipe. It took me a few months, and then I put that out because people were like, we want some skincare. And I said, well, let me put this out, and y'all can
See
have
how it
this
goes.
until I get
Yeah.
the rest together. And that became like the bestseller and hasn't slowed down since.
No
yeah, it's
fucking
really,
way.
it's so good for like eczema, psoriasis. Like even after the sun, I have it when we go home from the beach, after the kids get their baths and stuff, that helps your skin recover faster. It has all these different essential oils and rice water, fermented rice water in
Ooh,
it.
rice water. Once it
Yes.
has rice water, you know it's good
Yep,
shit.
yep. And you know how rice water typically smells awful when you ferment it. So I infuse it with essential oils, and I create this recipe where it smells amazing. So it's like you don't get that rice water smell, but you get the benefits. Yeah, and then you get the essential
And
oils
the
on top of
essential
it.
oils is damn, and that
Yeah.
helps your skin glow as well. 'cause
Oh,
you
yeah.
just say the oiliness, but
Yep. You can spray it. When I sell it, I give you like a little spray pump bottle. You can keep that with you and reapply like you would rose water. You know,
Okay,
so
yeah.
you rehydrate throughout the day. So the skincare products are doing really well. My kids use them. They're good for all kinds of skin. Combination, gentle.
I think
like,
next time when you come down to Aruba, you gotta
Yeah.
bring some for him, some for me, some for Ginger.
I will.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
I will.
What also, like, since we're talking about the business and maybe like, I always say this to like Rihanna and stuff like that, but can y'all make like a product for like black men with like ingrowns and all that good shit?
I do. Yeah. So I have a flawless exfoliator. And my exfoliator, what I love about it is most exfoliators, they like break your skin down, like it scratches it.
Yeah.
So my exfoliators, it's made with this ingredient that it just buffs your skin. So it's not super abrasive, but it does clean off the dead skin cells, opens up the hair follicles so you don't get the ingrown
It's
hairs.
for your top of your head.
Yeah.
Even yesterday, I probably right now.
It's crazy because I just was literally DMing somebody this morning. They messaged me asking what can they use for razor bumps. And I'm like, the exfoliator. So you exfoliate before you shave. And then you shave. And then the next day you exfoliate again. But also what you can do after you shave, use tea tree.
He's got a bald head.
Yeah, so
Tea
same.
tree.
Yeah, you use, so I have tea tree essential oil. I actually have a kit called Common Sense, and it has essential oils for men. And tea tree is one of the oils in there, and I give you different recipes that you can make, you know. So it's like an aftershave serum that you can create with the tea tree and use that after, and that will help you to prevent the ingrown hairs and the razor bumps. And
There you go, Shark.
yeah,
I don't trust shaving, so I only
Yeah.
use like hair remover cream. So I feel like
Okay.
apply it and just wipe it off. 'cause
Yeah, yeah.
I get a nasty breakout. So
Oh yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even try that shit. I did waxing, everything. But
Yeah. So the exfoliator is really good. I have a lot of male clients that will buy
I'm
my.
checking that out.
Yeah,
That's
they
me
buy
for
my
sure.
exfoliator and my face wash because you can use the face wash. It's the charcoal face wash. You can use it as a body wash too. So I have a lot of my guy clients that use that. They'll use exfoliator and then they'll use like the moisturizer or the glow serum. Yeah.
Damn.
Is this? I'm assuming.
Yep.
is
It's shopmilaeve.com. Yep.
Is it in your bio or?
On
yes, it's- I think-
on Instagram. Yeah, Mila MILA.
Damn.
Yeah. So all of the products are for everybody, you know. So that's what I love about essential oils.
What's your top 4 favorite products?
Oh my goodness. Well, products are just oils. I'm like, because my skincare products are so good. I love my skincare.
Give me 2
Okay.
of each.
Okay. So I'll give you my top seller. So my top selling for essential oils, I have a blend called Breathe Easy. And it's really good for people who have asthma or bronchitis or just congestion, or if you need better sleep.
night.
Yeah, so you put it on your neck and your chest before you go to sleep. You can reapply as often as you need it, but it really opens you up and it helps you sleep better because it takes the inflammation out of your airways. So that one's really good. You can put it on you topically. All of my oils you can use topically, or you can put them in your diffuser. And then sleep tight. Because people need to breathe and they need to sleep.
Exactly.
So
I'm
those
using
are like
the
my
breathe-
best sellers. Yeah.
Damn.
I'm using those little fucking what's it called? Like breathe.
You need
Are the
some
strips.
I
have-
also have a deviated septum, so I always.
Oh my God, I have a friend that has a deviated septum.
So I've been-
Sinus relief. I have a blend called Sinus Relief.
Oh God.
Ladies, I have oil for
My
everything.
scalp is taken
I
care
do.
of. My sinus taken care of.
I do.
I'm on your site right now.
If you get
I'm trying to
sinus
see.
relief, you want to dilute it with something because it is really strong. But when I tell you
have to
it
give us
opens
a-
you up, it
Oh,
opens
shit.
you
You
up.
have to give us a heads up. Like it seems like you make random trips to Aruba sometimes. So
I
you'd
know,
be
I
like,
bring you some
hey,
stuff.
I'm coming down. What do you need? I'm like,
Listen.
Sounds like, okay, add to cart.
Right. And I ship worldwide too.
well,
So
listen,
yes.
and we don't ship anything to Aruba because shipping here is expensive.
Yeah, it's
as fuck.
nasty.
Oh really?
Like I just bought some. I brought something for my desk. Let's say it cost me $100.
Yeah.
It actually cost me $100. I ended up paying like 70, if not almost $80, just to get it out of custom so I can use it.
Oh
So
my
So
gosh.
whenever you ship down to, if this bottle costs 2 florins, it's gonna cost me about $150 just to receive it. So I end up paying like $350.
Wow. So I just need to do a pop up here. I'll just bring some inventory and do a pop up in
There you
Aruba.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let us
But then
know.
let us
We'll have
know
to do
because
that.
and we're paying for it. We don't want it for free.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm already looking.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I have
The
literally an
nasal
oil
thing?
for
So-
everything. Yeah.
That's really, really
Yeah,
good.
and it really
though.
works. And it's nice because it helps your body to just kind of repair itself, you know?
And even I love the fact that you can also put it in a diffuser and
Yes.
you just have that on in
Yeah.
your room and
Yeah. Smells good. The aroma's
Keep
nice.
that going.
And then it's cleaning the air at the same
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
I want that. I've bought many diffusers in the past. I just ended up not figuring out how to work with it. Just toss it to the side.
Oh, no.
Really?
I just buy a new one. Maybe this one is easier.
And you can use my oils with any diffuser.
Yeah.
So if you already have a diffuser, you get the oils
add
and
it
then
in.
I even went to the parts like you put the oil in a little thing and then you put a candle underneath. Like, bro, I've tried everything. I just gave up. Like, fuck this. Like,
Sam.
I'm sorry.
That's laziness.
It's not laziness. It's just like, okay, yeah, it is laziness.
That's 100%
Acceptance.
laziness.
Like, I just take it.
good job.
Oh, man.
Okay, so I want to switch things up a little bit. How has motherhood changed your life for you?
Oh man, motherhood is life. Like it literally it changed me in so many ways. I feel like that was my very first awakening is becoming a mom. And it's just funny. It's like you're carrying this life and then you get to the hospital. Now you have a human. And then the hospital lets you leave with it. And it's just like,
trust
what do
me
I
with
do,
this?
right?
Are you sure it's mine?
Am I ready for this? Like, oh my goodness, I love being a mom.
How
I
old were
really
you when you
do.
got your first kid?
So I got my ages mixed up because I said on the interview that I was 29 when I got married, but I was actually 28. So I got married at 28. I was pregnant, and then I had my son when I was 29. Yeah, so I was 29 when I had my first son, and he was an amazing pregnancy, amazing labor and delivery. He's an amazing kid, like he really is. All three of them are, but he paved the way, literally. But motherhood is just something that I never thought that I would enjoy as much as I do. And my children, I just talk to them like they're people. Like we have beautiful conversations. We like to go deep. They're my tribe. Like I love them so much. They crack me
And
up.
it's no judgment.
No, and it's funny too because whenever when we're together, it's like, who's the mom? You know, but if they get out of line, they have enough respect
they
where I'm
know.
like, no,
Yeah.
you need to stop. You know, but I love to just like learn from them. They learn from me. It's like a give and exchange. I don't.
You're both growing up in the world.
Yeah,
Either
yeah.
which way. Like
Exactly.
you're still somebody's daughter.
Yeah.
So you're growing up, learning about life and about yourself, and then
Yes.
they're learning with you now.
Yeah. And they teach me because they still have the innocence. They still have the imagination. They haven't been touched by society and the world. And it's like their ideas are truly theirs. So they keep me honest. They really do. Like I don't lie to them. I keep it very upfront. Even when I was going through the divorce process, I've made it very clear, like this was mommy's decision. You know, daddy didn't want to get the divorce, but this is what I feel as though is best for me.
What about the show? Like, did the show, like, the whole narrative of
Yeah, how did that affect them too?
Yeah, did that affect the kids?
So it did. Well, they tried, but they
Nothing is
they
like
have no limits.
limits, man.
Nothing.
Yeah. My children, they didn't like it. They would ask me, "Well, mommy, why don't they just show you for who you truly are? Because you're such a nice mommy, you know." And I'm
Until you
like,
start smacking heads on the table.
right. But
They deserved it.
Look, it's so crazy, self-defense. But no, my kids are they show grace, they understand.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. You know, I even ask them, like, if I ever do anything that you feel like upset about, you know, you tell me.
Yeah.
And they tell me. They will let me know about myself.
Yeah.
And I let them speak, and I never invalidate their feelings. You know, they're funny because I could literally spend day in, day out with them. And then they might say, "Mommy, I just feel like we need more time with you." And I'm looking at,
More?
I just feel like you don't love me like you used to. My
just-
youngest told me
we
that.
were
I was
just
like,
in Aruba for
pause.
2 weeks.
Right, pause. Like, wait, what are you talking about? But no, when they make these comments, when they have these feelings, it's coming from somewhere. Whether they're able to fully express it correctly or however they express it, I let them speak and I say, okay, well let's talk through this and let's see how we can, you know, how I can improve. What can I do more
That's
of?
definitely my family.
I was
Yeah.
about to say that's actually a really great thing
It
because
is, yeah.
this day and age, there's so many tablet kids.
Yeah.
That the fact that your kids are actually saying like, "Hey, we want to actually spend time with you, the physical
Yes.
person,"
They're in the
that's
present,
huge.
Yeah, they fight over who gets to sit next to me when we go out to eat.
Yeah,
Every
that's really
single time.
good.
Every
But the
single
good thing is
time.
they can express themselves because you see they're very in touch with their emotional side, which
Yes.
in me and my family,
Yeah.
those like, bro, I barely express myself. Like it's just how I was brought up.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
But this is really good. So.
Yeah, no,
That's
it's
true.
really important because a lot of times when they bottle things up, children, I feel like they're way more in touch with energy than we are,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? So that's why if they say like, if you have a child and they don't want to hug somebody, don't force them
Don't
to
force them.
because there's something that they feel that makes them feel unsafe and they don't want to. So I trust their feelings, you know? So if they ever, you know, I never want to invalidate it. I always want them to express it. So I always try to encourage it so they do it more, you know? So
And
yeah.
do you feel like there's a certain mentality that you have to have becoming a parent, or do you like? Because I feel like a lot of people are like, nah, like you have to be ready, even though I feel like you'll never be ready. But then there's also some people is like, figure yourself out, discover yourself first, and then have a kid, or is like the kid is gonna help you discover yourself.
I feel like it can work both ways. I wish that I was more tapped in when it comes to self-love before I had children, because I was preaching self-love to them, but I wasn't really showing it to myself.
Yeah.
The way that they saw me nonstop, always doing everything, that creates a template for them, and they think that that's how they have to operate. I'm correcting behavior in them that I know they adopted from me even now. You know, like my daughter, when she gets a little snappy mouthed and for no reason, like she'll yell at her brother, like, Chase, I said, stop it. And I'm like, did you have to say it like that? But I know she gets it from me because that's how I was, you know? So I even tell her that. I'm like, I know you learned this because you watched mommy do it for a long time. Yeah. So as I correct myself, I'm gonna help you correct yourself too. So I keep it very just make them aware, you know? But I feel like it doesn't matter how much you know yourself. You're never ready to have kids. It's like, it's just something that happens and then you flow into it, and hopefully they make you better.
I don't have any kids, but
I was about to say, like, hey.
No, everybody's now on me. And I'm like, so when you're gonna have kids? I'm like, fuck, no, wait. Because right now we're building a house.
Take your time.
We're building a house. She's 28 too.
Yeah.
So like, people are like, oh, but you're never ready, which is fine. But if you can have still control as to when you want it to come.
Right.
Like, I no way want a kid right now because we're building a house.
We're
running this business. I got another business. I'm like, if their kids come in our lives right now, it's gonna be too much of a toll on us.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have.
You want to be present. You want to be able to be present.
So that's why goes back to me being a workaholic, because I know this kid's gonna be here anywhere between. I was gonna say now, but not now. A year from now and 2 years from then.
Right.
That time gap.
Yeah.
That time frame. So like, I want to make sure that a year from now I need to really prep myself. Make sure it's fully running on its own.
Yes.
The house is fully done. If the shit hits the fan, I lose everything. If I have a good house, I can just move in back with my fucking parents.
Right.
And then rent the house out for a year, build capital back, and then, all right.
You got a plan.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
So kids coming, just like fucking chill, people. Like,
people will rush you in. You're dating. When you're getting engaged, 100%. You get engaged. When you get married.
I met her grandparents. First question, when you're going to get married? I'm like, yo, what?
Y'all just started.
I don't even know your name yet. What's up, buddy? Nice to meet you.
We haven't even kissed yet. Like, wait.
Oh, my.
Give me a break.
I don't know about that.
Right.
I met her day 2. Let's go. I met her in a bar where I used to work at. That's how I met her. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, look. Ain't that easy. We'll see about that.
Listen.
Like, you might not be easy, but I'm pretty good. And like, the first day she was tired. She just flew in. The next day, let's go. Jokes on me, because I thought it was going to be like a week fling. Here I am. 4 years together.
Wow.
Married no ring.
Married no ring. Hold on. Get a piece of paper. Wrap it real quick.
That's beautiful. I say ignore the noise, because let me tell you. And then after
100%.
you have that baby, when you having another one, it's always something with people.
Listen, I look at people that had kids at a young age, and they all tell me the same. My sister had a kid when she was 18.
Wow.
So like, obviously it wasn't planned.
Yeah.
But it's like, she even tells me, like, whatever dreams you have, put it on the shelf, because you ain't gonna do anything with that dream until your kids, because you gotta feed the kid, you gotta do things for the kid. So that's why for me, I pushed it up for as long as I can until I feel I have that stability.
Yeah.
So when the kid comes around, I'm like, all right, the money's coming in, I got some more time freedom, I can do whatever I want. Not whatever I want, but I can pick and choose what I want. Oh, you got a soccer game? Fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
I can just leave my work,
Yeah. No, I feel you. But one thing about kids, look, when you have kids, you welcome them into your life, So like, I never slowed down on anything I wanted to do after having children. Like, we still travel.
You gonna have kids?
No. I love being an auntie, just like all of my nephews and
I was gonna be the
nieces.
fun uncle.
Yeah, I'm definitely the cool aunt.
I just got promoted. And then my nephew, like, you're the favorite uncle now.
Oh,
why? Because now I bought all the games they want on the PlayStation, so they come over and play FIFA.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm still number one. I don't care how I got there.
That's all
Robux,
that
they be
matters.
driving me crazy. Always wanting the money. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm gonna be like, I'm broke. I'm gonna make sure they know I'm broke growing up.
At least.
Listen, I think you got any more questions?
Yeah, no, I think we can wrap
you're
it
on
up.
vacation. I don't want to.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
of
this
course.
is fun. And thank God my mom was here. She was like, yeah, I can hold the kids down while you go. I'm like, cool, this was fun. I really appreciate it.
She was telling me, like, I'm like, hey, are your kids coming? Because I'm driving my wife's Mini Cooper today. So I'm like, I'm not sure how I'm going to fit all the kids in there. That's me. I'm like, okay, thank God.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna just meet them at the beach or
Awesome.
So I told
Their
my I'll
favorite
take
place.
some. Yes,
No,
that's
but
all they
like-
want to do.
I
They
want to
want.
say thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for taking time out of your vacation to come
Yeah,
on.
thank
Shout out
you.
to Ginger, actually. Ginger got
For sure.
Yes, yes, he
Honestly,
really did.
we hear things like, oh, you'd be on the show. I'm like, cool. You know, I didn't
no.
hear anything.
I follow through.
And then
I'm
last
like,
time,
hit him
like-
up now.
He texted me last night. She's on. I'm like, shit, I didn't prepare anything. I'm like, and he's like, no, perfect. Keep it that way because
Keep it
you want
down
to
even.
go in like not knowing anything.
Yes, no,
But
that's
Shark was
always the
right.
best.
Shark was like, that the vibe here was good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
told you, I
Yeah.
know my reality shows. I'm good on personalities. That's
Yeah.
one thing. I'm not a bullshitter, so I
Yes.
can see through the fake shit.
Yes.
And you know who's real and who's not. So it's like,
Yes.
Monique is good people.
Thank you,
When
thank
do
you.
you think you'll be back?
In Aruba,
If you have,
I don't
you
know. I gotta just it
just
kinda
happens.
Yeah, it does. I literally planned this trip like a week and a half before we got here.
Shit.
And that's kind of like how I move with the kids. I'm
Yeah.
like, I feel like going to a beach. And they're like, Mom, we're gonna go to the beach too. I'm like, all right, let me see.
like,
Where we going? Listen, I be ready to be out. Yeah. So yeah, it just depends. I'll check the weather and be like, ooh, the weather looks good here. Let's go there. That's kind of how we move. I love it. And it's just most times it's just me and my babies. Like
Yeah.
we go. We do.
so here's my final question for you: is like, what's your plan for like, or your goal for 2025?
Oh, so I'm writing a book. I've been
Oh,
writing a book for 2 years now. I'm at 40,000 words. It's a book on just a spiritual journey.
Okay.
And I've been just documenting just what I feel. Like
Yeah.
some days where you have really tough days or some days where you're extremely happy and you can feel this transformative energy happening. And it's like, sometimes you feel like, is this normal? Am I crazy? Are other people experiencing this when they go through these life changes? So I journaled all of it and then it became a book. I turned it
Yeah.
into a book. It has 7 chapters. It's amazing. The book is called Love Letters from Versions of Myself. And yeah, I would literally write myself love letters. Like, because I feel like it's a lost art. I feel like a lot of times when we write a love letter, it's to someone else. And honestly, the first letter I wrote was to my ex. It was when I knew I was done. And I said I needed to get everything out of my head onto some paper. I never intended to give it to him and still won't. But I wanted to write down what I felt in these different moments about the marriage, about myself, about him as a person. So that was my first letter, was to him. Then I said, you know what? I'm gonna start writing myself letters. So I would just write myself letters, encouraging myself when I'm in these low moments or in these difficult positions. And then it would be crazy because maybe a few months later, I'm reading one of the letters I wrote and it was exactly what I needed to read at that moment. So I was like, okay, there's something to this. So I just kept doing it and I include the love letters into the book. So every book starts off with one of my actual love letters that I wrote.
whoa.
And then I give you a
Has
chapter.
your ex seen the first letter already?
No.
Or the first time being look at like, what the fuck? Like look at
Yeah, it'll probably be like that. But no, I'm not including his.
Here's a copy before he goes out. So, just so
Right.
you know.
No, I'm not including the letter I wrote to him in there.
So when are you planning
for
to
me.
publish the
Yeah.
book?
So right now I'm actually shopping the book around because I wasn't thinking. I was thinking about going the self-publishing route. Then I was like, you know what? If I get a literary agent, I can just like, it can be done in a way more professional,
The right
seamless
way.
way. Yeah, and it make it easier on me. A lot of people will be able to, know that it exists.
A bigger reach.
So that's where I'm at right now. We're shopping it around, and it's a really good book. Like
No,
the way
I definitely want. That sounds like a really good beach read. And if you know
Thank
Aruba, you
you.
know.
Oh, yes.
Beaches is the perfect place to read.
Exactly.
That's where you reach every
yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
Every morning.
It's incredible. I love it. But yeah, so the book is like, it's really life changing. I give pieces of me that just enough to show you this is why I had this transformative moment, So as I write it, I'm a very creative writer. So the way I write the book, it almost feels like you're reading a fiction novel. But it's true,
real, yeah, it's real stuff.
Yeah, it's real. And then I give you a little bit of just like the reality TV and how it was a toxic gift that turned into a toxic curse that turned into a beautiful gift, And I go deeper into just like my childhood, some of my upbringing, so that you get a better picture of like who I am and
Where you
why
come
I'm the way
from.
I
Yeah,
am.
yeah.
Yeah. So, it's really good. Like I'm
I'll
really
be pending
excited.
for
Yeah.
sure.
So
Yeah.
the reason
Yes.
I also asked when you're gonna be coming down to Aruba is like if you ever come down, you want to do that the whole Shark Mansion pop-up shop. He has a shop in St. Nicholas.
Oh, yeah?
He has a clothing store. He has his own clothing brand and clothing store.
Okay.
But,
We should schedule that. Let's just
For
schedule
sure.
something, and I'll
For
come.
sure.
I'll just I'll put my because that's the beautiful thing about oils. It's not a lot, so I can
it's
put it in a
small.
suitcase.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can pack it and bring it.
100%.
Promote it.
One
Yeah.
Plus, that gives you an excuse to come down to Aruba.
Right?
Oh,
What?
man, I gotta go to Aruba. Some oils by the
Work.
beach.
Oh my god. I would
All
love
right.
to.
Worst place
Yes.
to work.
Should I go ahead and close it off? All yours.
No, oh my God, y'all, listen, Mo, thank you so
Thank
much for your
you.
time, your energy, like very, very beautiful.
Thank you.
It's crazy. I can't believe how real and yourself you are, you
Yes,
know?
thank
So we really, really appreciate you taking time out from your family, from your vacation to be here with us.
Yes.
Please, just before we close out, just look at the camera, plug yourself, let the people
Yes.
know where they can find you and all your
Oils,
businesses,
all your stuff.
everything.
Yes. You can find everything you need to know about me at MoniqueSamuels.com, or you can shop Mila Eve at shopmilaeve.com. That's MILA. So for people that Mila Eve, shopmilaeve.com, and then on Instagram at Monique Samuels. So yeah.
And everything she just mentioned will be in the description down below. So you can just, if you're
Yes.
lazy to go type, just click one,
Just click.
click there. It'll take you to wherever she needs you to go.
Oh my goodness, I almost forgot one more thing. I have a
Go for it.
YouTube channel.
Oh,
Yes.
let's go.
Yes,
Yes.
it's called
Plug that.
Yeah, it's called Tea with Monique, and I do a series. It's called the Self Challenge series. So people always ask me like, "Oh, I see you glowing and you're healing, but how?" So I actually do a challenge where I'm giving you a breakdown of different things that I've done in my journey so that I can become better. And we do weekly lives on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
There
So.
you go.
Nice.
Well, guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and we will see you next week. So peace.
Ow.
Bye.